Hi friends, Andy Vegan. Time for my daily greens. Again, I have an endive lettuce. I have purchased these big heads, more or less big. It's large, depends. This one is the third time I make a salad from this head I had. This is the third layer, so to say. I go outside and take the leaves off, and then I wash them and dry them in a salad spinner to get it nicer for the dressing. The dressing has to be tasty on the salad. That's most important, because when you make the dressing, you always have to taste it. I mean, usually one would do that with the salad leaves, the lettuces or the other ingredients, to know if it's the right flavor, because the salad changes the dressing. Yeah, so you have to over-season the dressing a little bit. That's usually what we do. And now, to dry them, these leaves, is important. And the endive is called the queen of lettuces because it has so many nutrients. It's a little bit more expensive, has firm leaves. It tends a little bit to the bitter flavor, so the dressing needs to be, in this case, a little bit more sour. The bitter likes that. The bitter is balanced by sour. The bitter is the cleansing element in the traditional cooking, or Ayurveda, for example. It's people and animals don't like bitter flavors, usually. But when you put it together with sweet, sour, salty, hot, then the bitter gets balanced, and it can be delicious, very delicious, in the right balance. So to balance that, I cut the endive leaves into thin stripes. I stack the leaves, and then I cut them down. And the stripes should be thin, because that gives it a nice texture in the salad bowl. I'll show you in a moment. And it's in fluffy. It has a larger surface, the salad, the lettuce. And when it's a larger surface, it is easier to balance, because the other flavors, they reach through and through this lettuce. That the leaves are firm, allows me to cut them like this. If it would be a tender leafy green, like a butterhead, very tender, I couldn't do that. I would harm the leaves. They wouldn't be beautiful anymore, and it doesn't taste well. So these leaves here, they can be cut like this, and I would say they have to almost. But I don't know. Most people do that, I guess. Many people, it's usual to do these thin stripes. And then you have this fluffiness, right? That's what you get when you cut them like this. And that's what you want when you make a delicious salad. That's really the most important thing, the salad leaf, the green leaf. And the dark leafy greens are our healthiest food, so I always try to make something new every day for myself, and I show you to encourage you. You can also give me a thanks for that if you have some extra money, because under the video there is a button that calls thanks, and there you can donate a little bit. Because I want to help everybody to become vegan and to stay vegan with an easy, healthy, and delicious food. Plants. There's an endless variety, so I make a new recipe every single day. That's my dedication a little bit, to make a new one every day. And I can also share with you how to do that, the method of Take 3. So that begins with 3 ingredients. I make my own recipes, beginning with 3 ingredients, because that's easy and not too easy. 1 ingredient will be ridiculous, almost. A recipe with 1 ingredient, wow, right? 2, well, but 3, yes, that is complex enough. You don't even know. From 2 to 3, there's a jump, a leap. So many more possibilities. So that's what I do. And now I have made this salad, this very same salad, before. Once with 3 ingredients only: the endive, the onion, and the dressing. Then I added tomatoes and olives. Today I add first again the onion and the tomato, and I have a beautiful tomato. It's a Heirloom tomato. So happy to find them. It tastes almost always delicious. It's an ancient variety that had a nice flavor, and that's not easy to find tomato that is delicious all the time. Half an onion is enough for 1 person, for my salads, personally. So tomato, onion, that's a classic. Many salad recipes, the green leaves, begin with tomato and onion. Yeah. So then, last time I put an olive to it, and I found that was so delicious. Tomato, olive, onion, and this dressing was, I said, wow, I didn't know, I had no idea it would be so delicious. I have black olives here, Kalamata olives. I cut them a little bit. It's a nice brand. You gotta find your own brand, the olives you like. They can be so different. Yeah, can be very salty, maybe not so good. So these ones are really nice. They have a little seasoning with herbs. They are raw too. So I always take that from the shop. I know they are good. So the Kalamata olives, they are really amazing with tomatoes, onions, endives, and this dressing. So I will do that again, the same salad. I add more ingredients, and that is today I have chives. That is a very famous German kitchen herb, like an onion, very mild, and thinly sliced radishes, crunchy, beautiful, from the Cruciferous vegetable family. Yeah, that is like broccoli, cauliflower, and kale and mustard, and one of the healthiest families we have. It has the family is called Cruciferous vegetables, and they have a compound that's called sulforaphane. Sulforaphane is sulfur, that is a yellow element from the chemical board of elements. Sulfur is very powerful, can be so powerful, and it can fight cancer in the sulforaphane, a more complex molecule. When the sulfur is apart, gives the name to that molecule. And that the cauliflower and the broccoli and the radishes and they all build that sulforaphane, that fights cancer. That's why it's one of the reasons why this family is so powerful. And the radish, and they have all a sharp flavor to it. The broccoli, cauliflower, radish, they are mustard sharp. That's because of the sulforaphane, right? And so it's a nice combination, I guess. I tried today with chives and radishes, in addition to the onions and the tomatoes and the olives. And my dressing, I made a new batch today. And when I make a dressing like this, I try to make it a little bit more ahead of time, so I can quickly make a new salad all the time. As today I do here. I put a little bit of the dressing on top. Doesn't need a lot because it's runny and it goes everywhere. And see, the rest goes back into the fridge. And tomorrow the next salad with the same dressing. But same means I can adjust the easy dressing to the salad depending on what the leaves taste like with the dressing and the other ingredients. And as I said, the endive is a little bitter, and they like a little bit more sour to balance the bitter. It's so delicious. So I put a little bit more apple cider vinegar into the dressing. It's called a Sweet Sour Cashew Dressing, I call this. It's with cashews, it's with apple cider vinegar, dates, pepper, and salt. So 5 ingredients, again, very simple idea, 5 ingredients and the water. And when you have only 5 ingredients, you quickly change one of them, more apple cider vinegar here, for example, more pepper, that is 2 in here, and you have a slightly changed the same recipe, almost the same, but the same recipe, but you have a little bit of difference. And this is an intuitive method of cooking without precise measurements, yet with the number of ingredients is small, a low number, you understand, you feel it, you see what you can do, it's intuitive. Yeah? You don't need to have precise measurements when you do it over and over again. So I make these dressings over and over again. Always I change a little bit, intuitively. For example, today with the vinegar, more pepper, because I found last time when I made it with the more pepper and vinegar, it was perfect with the olives and the tomatoes. Now, adding the radishes here. Will be also nice, I guess. Yeah. So I always change the dressings a little bit, and it's still the same recipe, I would say. Because I And that is nice because I get to know the ingredients when I play around with them. And the dressing is very good, in my view, when it goes with many different salads, many different recipes. So I can use this recipe, this salad dressing for many different salads. And that's to me a nice dressing because then you have one dressing and you make a new recipe all the time with the same dressing. And you get more and more plants on the menu. And that's what modern science found recently only, that the more different plants you eat, the better. That's healthier. Whole food, plant-based, variety. That's the three. And here is my salad today. It's still fresh and crunchy. I have to eat it soon. Then these endive leaves, these crunchy thin stripes with the fluffiness, they will stay for a couple of minutes fresh. Then they begin to deteriorate. So I have to eat fast. But I couldn't do that with a butterhead, a tender leafy green, because once you toss such a salad with a tender leafy green, this is a firm one, firm leaf, it has to be eaten immediately. Otherwise, it loses its beauty and then it doesn't taste well anymore. It tastes good anymore. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. Please like, subscribe, maybe give me a thanks. And you get a new recipe every single day anyway. And you can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and X. MD Vegan everywhere.